Hey buddies, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another random reality TV show, which it's not really so random. We're still doing Love After Lockup. Today is season 5 episode, it's really episode 2, but the way they season the seasons, it's episode 52. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Remember late nights cruising and wasn't nothing to it. Looking up the shit, we about to make a move.
So the episode opens up with Kate and Hunter. If y'all remember from the last episode, she, which I thought was kind of smart, signed him up for pen pal services so that sugar mamas could help pay for his needs while he's in prison and she wouldn't be the one footing the bill. So at the end of the last episode, it kind of teases that, you know, he's taking it a little too far with one of the inmates. Remember, it was going to cost him some of his good time, so it may delay his release. So this episode opens up with Hunter on the phone with Kaylee. So Kaylee is one of the girls who he met on the Write a Prisoner app, who initially he says he was just using her for money, but as time went on, he was like, she's actually pretty freaking cool and I kind of like her. I really do like her. I love her. Hold on. So he was like, you know, I eventually really started to fall for her. She's super cool. So the episode opens up with them talking to each other on the phone, and you can just tell that she's naive and just girl. So she's cooking and she's like, guess what, babe? And he's like, what's up? And she's like, I was able to rearrange my schedule, so I was able to make you pot roast. And the pot roast is just sitting out as if he's actually gonna be able to eat that. And then he's like, oh, that's so sweet, but anyway, I want you to get me off.
Daddy, chill.
Which is ooh. So they go to the room, start having phone schmegs, and they come out to say that they have seen each other in person. So she goes on visits to see him, and they allude to the fact that they may have hooked up during one of his visitations. Maybe not full on home base, but they were rounding them bases, if you know what I mean.
Why are you so freaky? Laugh out loud.
If you see me looking over, I'm looking at my notes. So you just kind of get the vibe from Kaylee that she probably has low self-esteem, because she's another girl that seems to fall for the jail talk and things like that. But as we'll see later in the episode, she does actually have boundaries for herself. So it just gives he's hypersexual, because I said, she's trying to be sweet, doing this fake oh, I cooked for us, even though he's in prison and he can't eat it, and he's instantly let's have phone SCX. So anyway, so she's saying in her confessionals, they have a lot of honesty and transparent in their relationship. And I guess he's been telling her that he wants to marry her. So he's jail call proposed to her. And so she's like, oh, I can't wait to get married to you. I can't wait to have a family with you. Da, 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 da. She's so excited. She's super in love. So, and he even says, which is just I don't know if these guys just don't care or if everybody's in on it, but they're all gonna see this. So if he does decide to be with Kate, Kate's gonna see all these scenes of him and this girl having phone intercourse. And then he says in his confessional that he proposed to Kaylee, the pen pal girl, because, hold on, I gotta refer to the notes so I make sure I don't misquote buddy. He proposed because she's more sexual, she has money, and Kate would want him to be out for a year and actually prove himself. So Kate has a little bit more standards and morals for herself. So then later in the episode, we're on Kate now, him and Kate's storyline, and she's telling him it's time to cut the pen pals off, they gotta go. And he tells her, you know, one of the other girls that I'm talking about Kaylee, she's got a tattoo for me. I don't know if I mentioned that a while ago, but she's tattooed his initials on her leg. And she's just kind of confused, what do you mean?
Nigga. Okay. What's going on?
But he told her in the previous episode, he's making up to $2,000 a month off these women. So anybody spending that type of money every month on anyone, like, they clearly care about you. So I feel like she kind of played herself a little bit, because you can't tempt a man like that. Like, some men will be able to be like, okay, bet, I'm just gonna get the money. But most typical men, it's too much temptation, and these women are throwing themselves at them. They're desperate or whatever, like, whatever leads you to want to write a prisoner and financially take care of a man you've never met. I don't know, but it's just like, why would you tempt him like that? So she's like, you need to cut them off. She's upset because his release date could be affected by this, and she's just like not understanding. Like, he's like, oh, okay, well, you know, give me some time, da 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 da. And she's like, okay, well, it's time. Like, you got a week to wrap this up. And so then the last scene that they have of these three is back to Kaylee, and she's talking to like one of her salon buddies, and she's a hairstylist. And he's also telling her, like, girl, are you delusional? Like, what are you doing? She shows him the tattoo, and I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to work out for either one of these ladies, no matter who he chooses. Like, the way he talks in his confessionals and just the look in his eyes, like, he just doesn't give that he's a good person. So that was their scene. Let's get on to the next couple. So the next couple that we come to is Savannah and Hunter. So their scene opens up. Savannah is on her way to a surgery consultation with her mom. Her mom's still upset about the conversation that Savannah and Bradley had on the last episode, where she's just questioning, like, are y'all gonna get counseling? Are y'all gonna be sober together? Like, I don't know if I said this on the last review, but when they were out together in the free world, they were never sober together, and he was her pot supplier. So her mom is just like, how is this gonna work when he doesn't really care about being sober, and Savannah is on this like sobriety journey or whatever. So it opens up, I guess in the past, Savannah had lost over 100 pounds. She had a gastric bypass. I think she's had some loose skin tightened up as well, if I'm not mistaken. So now she's on her way to get a BBL consultation. And usually I'm like not super pro surgery, but if you've already lost the weight and you've kept it off, and you know, have been working out, do what you do, you know, just know the risk, research your doctor. But that's neither here nor there. So I guess Hunter had agreed, and you can hear him on the call, like, you know, if it's around $250 a month, because if y'all don't know, a lot of surgeries you can finance them, then I'll go ahead and pay for it, because he's an ass man, and he's like, I really want you to have a bigger butt, which I don't know, it's just kind of So she goes to the doctor, she has her consultation or whatever, and they tell her it's going to be like $19,000 to get the kind of BBL and the rest of the skin tightening, skin removals that she'll need. So later in the episode, Bradley calls, and she lives in a beautiful, huge, like, palatial home with her family, and they have like this secret media room. So she goes to the media room to set up to do the video visit with Bradley, and she tells him how much the surgery is going to be, and he's like, heck no, like, I agreed to $250 a month, and they told her it was going to be $833 a month. And you can tell that she's kind of financially irresponsible, because she's like, well, he's got a job at a roofing company, so as soon as he gets out, like, he can start making money. But Bradley's just like, dude, I'm gonna be fresh out of prison, like $830 a month, that's a lot. Even her mom was like, that's half of rent, you know, for an apartment, I guess, where they live, because she lives with her mom and her grandma. And so he's like, you know, I wish you would have just went to the gym more, I guess, like, before he got out. And she's like, well, I tried. And she's like, it's interest free for so long. And he's just like, girl, I'm not finna do that. And he's like, you know, she's had all these other surgeries and her family has money. Why didn't she just ask her family for the money? Like, I'm gonna come home from prison, I'm gonna be broke. Like, that's not gonna put us in a good position for me to spend basically $20K on a surgery. I'm looking at my notes to see if there was anything else. It really wasn't, there wasn't much else to their scene. Her whole episode was about her wanting money for surgery. So yeah, let's go to the next couple. Okay, buddies, so the next couple that we have is Jakima, who is 34, and Donnie, who's also 34. And I'm gonna just go ahead and get it out the way. Jakima got kids. she got twin boys, and these women that come on this show with these kids, they really grind my gears. Like, I could see if it was your baby daddy and then he went to the pen and then you like, I'm gonna hold my nigga down till he come home, for sure. But like, to introduce your kids to someone you don't even know that's also a convicted, like, not to say that all inmates, all felons are bad people, but like, that is crazy to me. So anyway, she has twins and they moved from Texas to Ohio, I want to say, which is crazy. I live in Texas. My brother lives in Ohio. Hey, I would never want to. Anyway, so she moved from Texas to Ohio with her 2 7-year-old sons so that she could be closer to him. They've been dating for about a year. And he's been in for 6 years. So this is another case where she did not know this man before he went to prison. He's in there for trafficking and might not get out. He might get out next year, but if not, he's not getting out until 2027, which is only like 2 years from now. But when you're in your 30s, like, you're only gonna be so young and so juicy for so long. I just don't think she should be wasting her time like that. Like, what if he doesn't get out till 2027? And then what if he does get out in 2027 and it doesn't work out? Like, anyway, so she found him on TikTok, but she kind of just like liked his profile and just kept going. And then he pursued her. They've only met once, and she hasn't told anyone in her family or her sons yet that he's in jail, which to me just says like, you're ashamed. Like, if you were dating someone that was a lawyer or a doctor and you told your family about him, you would be like, yeah, he's a lawyer, he's a doctor. You wouldn't lie about where he is or what he does for work. So it's given shame. She told her dad that he's in the Army, and she told that her kids that he works on a boat.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
But I think later in this episode or on the next episode, she's gonna tell the kids. So anyway, her baby daddy also went to jail, but he was someone that like went to jail and just used and abused her, whereas Donnie takes care of her. So he is one of the rare instances where he's taking care of everything. He paid for her to move from Texas to Ohio. He paid for everything, the gas, all the incidentals, her furniture to be moved. So I guess he has a rental property, and whenever the tenants pay the rent every month, he just sends that money to Jakima. And I said, I can't do it because my nails are short. I gotta get my nails done, but I know that's right, honey. I know that's right. So anyway, so then later in the scene, you know, the first scene, she's just like getting settled into her new place because her and her kids just moved up there, and she's just looking forward to getting to see him more because she's literally only met this man in person one time. So then in the next scene, she's shopping for a terrible lace front colorful wig. She loves these colorful wigs. I don't. That's another video for another day. So she's shopping for wigs, and he calls her and says that he might be going to the hole, but he doesn't really know why. And to me and to Jakima, this sounds like a lie. I know a lot of people that have been to prison. I'm not proud of that, but I do. We ain't gonna go deep into that. But usually when you go to the hole, when you get your good time taken away, they usually tell you why. Like, you got in a fight, you did something, they found contraband, then you go to the hole. You don't just like go to the hole and then they tell you later. So she's like, that sounds sketchy. Like, why are you going to the hole? Like, when you're in the hole, you don't get visits, you barely get phone calls, like maybe 1 or 2 a week, just so like your family knows that you're alive and stuff like that. And so my wheels started to spin, and I'm like, does he have someone else come into his visits? Like, but then he would still be able to call her. So that was their scene. They definitely get more into detail in the next episode, but we still don't find out why he's in the hole. So let's go to the next couple. Okay, so the last couple of the episode, we get Tia and Rob. So if y'all remember from the first episode of this season, Tia is kind of confused because she's hearing one story from Rob that he's gonna be paroling to like a friend of the family, but his homeboy's gonna be there, and it's his homeboy's girlfriend's apartment. But then her sister is like, oh, he's living with the homegirl, so she's not feeling the whole living situation, and she thinks that she's lying. And so she's telling her sister in the scene, they're like shopping or doing something, I can't remember, you'll see in the picture. And she's telling her sister like, oh, you know, she wants to take her time for him to move in because she's another one with a kid, a daughter at that. So she's, you know, wants to take her time before she moves him into the house with her daughter. But I don't believe her, because she originally thought that Rob was paroling straight to her. So if you thought that, why would you even think that if you weren't gonna have him in the house with your daughter? So you can tell that she's lying. She's another one that I feel like is just trying to save face, because she's like a little bit ashamed or maybe embarrassed that he's gonna be living somewhere else and not with her.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
So her sister asked about where he's staying, and like just trying to get some straightening on it because it all sounds like super sketchy. And so at first he tells her like, it's just gonna be for a month, like I'm just gonna be there for like 30 days just to get myself situated, and like that's just where I'm gonna be paroling to. So then in the next scene, she's chilling at the house with her daughter, and her daughter is saying how she loves him and da-da-da-da, but she's just a kid, like she doesn't know him. And he calls her and says that actually instead of 1 month of him staying with this family friend, girlfriend of a homeboy, it's actually gonna be 3 to 6 months. And so then her like, she's just already insecure. So she's like questioning everything. She gets super upset, and hold on. Oh yeah, so the fact that she got super upset is another reason why I didn't believe her telling her sister like, oh, I don't want him to live with me right away because of baby girl. Like if that was the case, you'd be fine with him staying for 3 to 6 months. And then another thing, she's in Long Island and he's paroling to like Brooklyn or something. It's all in New York City. It's the big deal. Like I live in Dallas. Dallas is super big. Everything's spread out. It's not like New York, because New York is like super close, but Dallas is huge. So like it might take 40 minutes to go somewhere and you'll still be in the city of Dallas. So I'm not really understanding like what's the big deal. He's gonna be in the same area as you. You can still go see him, but it's not lost on me that a man usually only needs about 3 to 5 minutes to cheat. It don't take that long. So I see her concern, but at the same time, it's like, just be real with yourself and be real with your sister. You want that man here yesterday. You ain't worried about your daughter. So anyway, yeah, that's really all they had going on. It gets more into it on the next episode. I'm so sorry, y'all, that it took me so long to do this video, but I like to binge watch stuff, so I waited 2 weeks so that I could watch the episodes back to back. So if you're seeing this video, then whatever day tomorrow is, I'll have another video for episode 3. So thank you guys. I'm gonna try to put in some funny like cut scenes, but I'm really tired right now, so I just wanted to at least get the content done, get it out for you guys. I'm trying my best to be more consistent. So if you like these reviews, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me who your favorite couple is. Would you ever date an inmate? Tell me in the comments. And if you have a show that you like and you want to hear me talk about it, tell me and I'll watch it and we'll talk about it together. I love you guys so much. I hope everybody's having a great day, and long live Jordan. Bye.